Yo, what's good, everybody? Just getting stuff lined up. Hopefully, everybody's having a good and blessed week so far. Man, we got a lot to go over today, so we're gonna dig in, but y'all get ready in a few. Make sure y'all drop down in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Let me know who's in the building. All right, we about to go ahead and get it started. Yo, 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 was good? Was good, everybody? Happy Sunday, man. Wow. Phew. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. And the crazy thing is that it's still not over. But I thank everybody, man, that has came through. Checked out the last video that we did with Alicia's keys, Alicia's electric keys. I appreciate everybody. Shout out for that video. I actually dedicated a track to my mom for that one, and track came out really good. So, I'm gonna try to keep it within that same type of feel. So I do have up an instance of Machine, and I just want to be creative. I want to be creative. So, pretty much, if you guys got some input, we're gonna do like how we usually do. We're just gonna chop it up, and we're just gonna go with what we got. So I'm trying to see if I want to stick with Velvet Bloom. I think I am, as far as the kits is concerned, and then we'll go from there. I might, throw in some rip. I might put in Ripcord. So let me go ahead and just add Ripcord because that's one of my definite favorites when it comes to melodies and stuff. So gonna add some Ripcord. Probably gonna add another contact instrument. And yeah, we just gonna see what we cook up today, man. Kind of just wanted to freelance a little bit, and pretty much just play around. Like I said, it's been a very interesting week, and one of the things that helps me out, especially when I'm dealing with situations, circumstances, or I'm going through, I usually come in the studio and just start creating. So yeah, we're just gonna cook up today, but. With that being said, let me know who's in the building. Drop down in the chat. Let me know what's good with everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great week. Blessed week. And yeah, as you can see, we just loading up Contact 7. Already got my machine up. Ripcord. Now, there are some videos, though, that are coming down the pike next week. So you guys want to stay tuned for that. I can't give too much information right now, but you guys are going to get some very interesting new things that's coming down the pike. I know that the new craze right now is the MPC3. I'm not a Kai person, but, to look over and see everything that they had associated with, that new update was sick for, the Kai people. So shout out to everybody that got a Kai, man. I think it looked interesting. It definitely looked interesting. So can't knock that. Anywho, let's go ahead and let's just start cooking up. Enough talking, and we just gonna get into this and see what we got. I think I like that. I think I like that drum. Yeah. Woo. All right, let's go with that. I think I got the feel for it so far. I'm gonna keep the BPM at 88, and let's just go from there. See what we got. Actually, hold on. I can't hear my thing, so make sure. All right, we good. We good. We good. All right, we good. Get it. Alright, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get that right because I used it as a guidance. And alright, let's go ahead and shift that over. It only did that because of how I started, and I'm using Machine as a slave, so, gonna change the velocity for some of them. All right. So far, so good. We got something rocking. Hey, whoever in the building, yo, definitely let me know who's in the building. Shout out your name, man, so we can keep it moving. So I can give y'all a shout out. Definitely appreciate everybody checking it out. This is my release. This is my release right now. So I'm just pretty much, just going through and just having some fun. So right now I'm in Velvet Bloom. And let's see, we gonna go to, I guess, some of the loops maybe. See what it got. Let's try some guitars real quick. Whew. All right, let's rock with that real quick. I think I'm gonna change the drum on that. Yeah, I'm gonna change the drum on that because that don't go with the drum. But I like that actual little filter real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead, add some origins on it. And of course, once I finish all this, it's not gonna be here. So I'm gonna drag and drop everything into Cubase. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got. All right. Add that chorus to it. That's nice. And then change the tune of it. Yeah. So we're gonna get another drum. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna get another drum. Let's see how that drum go. Alright, let's see. Yeah, see, that's much better drum. Yo, Project HMF, I know. What's good, fam? That drum is a little bit better, so that's how we're gonna go with that one. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Let's go with that. Yeah, appreciate that project. Woo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add that just for fun. Yeah, that's cool. Mm. Yeah. All right, so now I think what I'm gonna go do, I want to go ahead and start adding like some, yeah. J Rock was good. Now what I think I'm gonna go ahead and do is, oh, we got, that's kind of nice. So Vance, so I will say this, Vance. I'm gonna try to say this without getting into too much trouble. So yes, Machine 3 is being worked on. There is, if you go to the website, there are some things that they're talking about that's coming down the pike. They actually did start that, so I'll say that much. If you go on the website, Native Instruments is doing something that's coming up. That's pretty much all I can say. I can't give too much information, but there's a lot of things that's down the pike. I know with Tractor 4, the updates on that one was super crazy with the stem separation and all that. So I'll say this, to do something like that for Tractor 4 and then not bang out Machine 3, would be crazy. And in my honest opinion, I would love if, we had some brand new hardware. That's just my personal opinion as far as the machine is concerned. I know we got the brand new, well, not brand new, but now it's been a couple of months for the Mark III of the S series. So, that's kind of cool. The only thing is that, again, you can't use the S series inside of machine. You still got to stick with the Mark II. I have my Mark II in the corner, but, I kind of prefer my Mark III. So just be on the lookout. I wish I could give you guys some more information, but of course, gotta keep it that way. But just know that, yes, they are working on something, and there's a lot of stuff that they got coming down the pike. So, they got to step up the game because the MPC3 looks crazy. It looks crazy. Tell you all you need to know now. Yeah, I try to give you, I don't want to give you guys too much, but, I want to make sure I don't get in trouble. But yeah, they definitely got some stuff that's coming down the pike for sure. Oh, you just ready to make some tunes yourself too, J Rock? That's what's up, man. Gonna have to check that out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I would stick with my Complete Control MK2. I'm giving it to my son because he also produces. But you know, I don't feel that, you know, the conversion yet for the MK2 to the MK3 has really sold for a lot of the native instruments users, especially for those who are solely using, you know, the machine as their main choice of DAW. So that's, you know, one of the hard things that I think everybody's having a problem with, you know. But the workflow is a lot better for, you know, Complete Control, and the workflow is a lot better for Contact 7. So in those senses, then yeah, it's not a, you know, it's not a bad thing. But as far as like Massive, Razor, I see Project talking about it now. They have invested into, you know, their synths and stuff, so they've been doing really good on that end. But they got some things that's coming down the pike, definitely for sure. So you guys gonna probably want to, you know, in my advice, kind of wait until the sale, like the Black Friday sales that they have towards the end of the year. Now, you know, I'm gonna just tell you guys now, if you wait for the new stuff, they're not gonna have those things in the kits for this year. You know, anything that came out in certain time frames of this year, it's not gonna be in the Black Friday sale. Now, don't quote me on it, but most likely, a lot of times they don't do it. So oh, you use Ableton Machine together. So the thing with Ableton for me, like I can never get with Ableton. I don't know why I can never get with Ableton. I couldn't get with Fruity Loops. I couldn't get with uh well no, Studio One was kind of cool, but the you see the workflow I have now with Cubase and with Machine, it's just it's flawless to me. But you know, to each his own, you know. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add that one in there. We'll go ahead and add that. He said, "No, you didn't. You love." I know, man. Everybody has their certain things that they like with Fruity Loops. It's just that it wasn't. I don't know. I could never get with the layout, I guess, of it because I'm a guy that came from. You got to look at my old videos. I don't feel like going through everything, but I came from you know, Acid, Hip Hop EJ. Then I started using Logic when it was on Windows, and then that was that format that I stuck to. So that's why when I saw uh, Cubase, that it was easier for me to, you know, just to gravitate to. So I didn't have too many issues when it came to that. But I did try the other DAWs to be fair, and it's just it didn't work out for me, you know. So everybody has their own specifics, and I found the one that worked out for me. And this Cubase is just it's slept on. It's so slept on. So um, oh, Ableton was hard for you too, Project. Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of people love it. It does some great things, but you just got to get past the. I don't know. You got to get past that that workflow of how they do with their arrangement window, and I just could never do it. I couldn't. Now I will say this: even though my workaround, right? Because I know a lot of people have asked me for my workaround since I don't use the MK2 like I used to anymore inside of Machine. Like, how do I integrate the actual DAW to be used for the actual MK3? I'll use the mixer right inside of the Machine MK3 to mix the sounds before I move it into Cubase, and I found that way to be easier. Now I still can actually control the DAW too itself, and I control that from the S series. But as far as like when I'm working how I am now, how you see with Machine, I'll mix all the sounds inside of Machine, and then I'll just, you know, do this right here, just drag and drop. So I'll show you guys that in a minute because we actually get ready to do that. So no, J Rock, actually Reason was not bad for me. Reason, I started off with Reason 5. Oh no, Reason 2.0. Yeah. Reason 2.0. That was the one I started off with, and then I went from that and just upgraded. Then I stopped at 5. But let's go ahead. I think I want to go ahead and start moving the drums over. So let's see. Yes. Actually, let's do this first. I'm gonna move this sound over real quick. We just gonna export it out. All right. So now we got that. All right, so now this is what a lot of people don't know. You can actually export your drums as a whole, or you can export them individually. I like to export them individually because, you know, you can mix them better when they're individually, you know, separated. So go ahead and drag these drums now. Actually, let's see. Let me make this smaller for you guys. I think a lot of times people like to see the actual way it's done. So yeah, we'll do this. And we'll just export them out like that. Kick. Reason got the best stock sounds for you. Really? You like Reason's stock sounds? I don't know. Maybe I haven't heard their stock sounds in a while, but I might have to, you know, try that out and see if that's, you know, if they step their game up. Now I do know that they used to have great what's those expansion packs? Those expansions that was, you know, pretty dope, but I haven't played with those in a long time. Like I said, I haven't played with that since 5. Now I do know that Logic has some great ones too. I've played with those for a couple, especially when they first came out. They had some great stock sounds. Now Cubase has some good stock sounds too. I'll go around. I put Cubase because I'm talking about it. I'll try to go through some later if we got some time, and see if you guys can see a little bit of the difference. Now, anytime you use stock sounds, you definitely gotta soup them up, you know. But in my personal opinion, I think that they're okay. Yeah, I think they're okay. All right, so I'm just moving everything over individually. This one was, and this is the part of the process that becomes hard, but once you got it, then it's easier. All right. Yeah, Logic is definitely solid, seriously. Just gonna call it that. That's like a tambourine, but I'm just gonna call it a perk. Now, one thing that can't nobody take away from Native Instruments is their sounds, and I think they have some of the best sounds to date. That's just me, my personal opinion. But yeah, they've been killing the game when it comes to you want to talk about actual sounds. Their production teams that they got, like Snipe Young and all them, man. Yeah, they've been killing it. They have been killing it. All right, so we got everything. Now we're gonna go in. Now, one thing I forgot to do is to route my stuff. Usually I never do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my mastering chain on. Yeah, Snipe Young he's the GOAT when it comes to that stuff. And I've heard that, you know, it's weird because Snipe Young's stuff on Native Instruments sound better than it does in Akai. Now, I don't know, that's just stuff I've been hearing, but because he produces for both, I just think that that's weird that, you know, it comes out different than it does for Akai. You know, if you guys, anybody in the building has that thing, let me know in the chat, because I've heard of that, but, you know, I've just never experienced it for myself. let's go ahead and get that rocking. All right. Oh, you just bought the Velvet Bloom, and yeah, that's a bad kit, right? Dude. The only thing is about it, you know, if you check out the combo section, I always tell everybody about the combo section. Combo section is sweet, but you're gonna have to separate his drums from how he have in his melody. And a good way to do that is Serato sample. I've been doing that, or any stem separator, you know, software, and then just, you know, take out his drums and stuff, and then kind of make your own with that melody. I've also been extracting, you know, audio to MIDI. So I would, once I do that, then if I just want the MIDI of that actual melody, then I'll take it and put it in what is it, Neuronote, and that's a free software. I'll actually have it on the channel, so if you guys go check out Neuronote on the channel, it's a free VST that converts audio to MIDI. But then, you know, I would do that and then just have the sound and then make it my own melodies in that type of way. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff you can do with his stuff. I'm hearing that little. Alright, so I see what it is. My first kick ain't come in. So we'll just do that one and just duplicate that. FL has a new stem. Yeah, I seen that. You know, I have been checking out everybody who uses different software. So I did see that Fruity Loops. I always say Fruity Loops. That's back in the day. FL Studio does have the stem separator tool, so I did see that. That is kind of cool. The fact that I integrated with Isotope puts them over Arturia. Ooh, that's a strong statement. Ooh, Jabari, that's a strong statement. I don't know. Wow, I don't know how I feel about that one. That actually might be, you might be right about that. They've integrated with Isotope and with plugin, not Boutique, I say plugin too, but the other company as well. And yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff. So that's a true statement right now. They're killing it. Yeah, Ozone is great. Actually, since you mentioned that, if you look at, I'm using Ozone 11 right now as far as in my chain, and I've been starting using this now to open up like my, how can I call it? So as far as my spacing and my sound, usually what I do now, I'll just click this and just go to this preset, and then I add it in enhanced sound. So say for instance, as I'm producing, right, I already have T-Racks up, and I know I go through this all the time, but I have my T-Racks, and then I have the loudness meter up, right? But in my actual chain, my loudness meter is last, my mastering preset is first, and then I'll add this enhanced space over the top of all of that. So the loudness then controls all that at the bottom. So your actual, you know, way that you set up your layer of how you do your plugins, that matters. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So for me right now, I'll just hit learn as it's playing, and it'll learn those frequencies. So it's already, did I put that on the master? Yes, this is the actual master bus. So as you see this right here at the bottom, let me see, let me move it over. So this is my actual master bus. So it's, let me make it a little bit more smaller. All right, so basically, all right, if you can see it here, it's on my master bus. So you see where it says stereo out, it's on the master bus. So this is the first layer. So it's the Ozone Imager, then it's the T-Racks mastering suite, and then I'll put the waves plus stereo limiter loudness meter on that one. So that basically that's my whole setup. It is a cheat though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like isotopes stuff is a cheat if you know how to do it correctly. Because I've heard some isotope stuff from some people and they just overused it and it was overkill. You gotta still know frequencies and stuff. Alright, so let's see. I can't remember what this sound was. Hold on. Oh, that's the guitar. Alright, so just structuring all my stuff. Alright, not bad. You already had the mix wide enough before the... Oh, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, like they like to have their mix, you know, wide, you know, before the master. But for me, I'll just put it on the master, and then that's how I've been, you know, how it's been working for me. So it's not too bad. It all depends. Everybody's workflow is different. It really is. It really is. All right, so now let's go ahead and make a folder. This is for all my Cubase heads, because everybody's always, you know, asking, how do you do your workflow and stuff? So this is definitely one way I do it, and it's seamless. So what I'm doing now is just making a folder for my drums, and usually I like to color code my stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a color to it, and we'll do it here, just so I could separate, you know, out my actual stuff. I'm wired too before the master pause. That's funny. That's funny. Alright, so now I want to go ahead and start busting the drums, just so that the drums have a nice mix. Alright, so now let's bring up F3, go back, route these drums, move that real quick. So now, and this is why I color code everything, so I can see the colors at the bottom, and then it's easier for me to just know, you know, when I'm starting to do stuff like this, where I can just bust the groups and then know where to stop at. So this is the actual bus for it. I have a preset of a bus that I make, and the preset that I use again is the T-Rax drum bus, and of course Somatics Diablo. Now I do have both. I just use the Diablo Lite because it's easier for me. It's free too, so. Now another good thing I like about Cubase is their EQs, right? So their EQs is really clean. So they're presets anyway. So for this one, I use a bright hi-hat. All the hi-hats, I usually put a bright brightness to it because it gets more control on the bus. That's just how it works for this one. And then this one, I have a preset for the actual drum percussion. So let's see. I'll be honest with you. I have knock, and I don't even use it as much. I've been using Diablo a little bit more because it seems to me the only difference with the knock and the Diablo, knock gives you additional sub bass underneath it, right? For like a kick or whatever. Diablo doesn't. So you got to kind of try to figure that out. You know, if you want to add a sub or whatever. If you don't want to add a sub, then I would say use knock in that case, because then you will have a kick and that sub with that sound. So that's the difference to me that knock and Diablo does. Alright, yeah. I'm hearing something that I don't like, so I'm going to just use the beginning of that front. Then we'll keep it there. Alright, so we good, we good. Alright, so let me see something real quick. Now, for me, sometimes I'll have a drum I like, and I'll do stuff like this. I will do stuff like this every single time. I might not like the melody I'm coming up with, but I might like the drum. Alright, yeah. So I like the drum. I do like the drum. I'm probably going to come up with something else. And we'll see. Let's see what we come up with. Because I have so much stuff, it's just ridiculous. Alright, let's see. Let's try. See? That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff I be talking about. It's just, and that was sporadic. All right, hold fast. Let's see. I actually like that one. And I might just loop it. So I gotta remember where it is, though. It's weird that it did that. Hold fast, y'all. Let's remove that. Woo! Okay. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Are those compressor plugins or what? As far as what, brother? You gotta let me know what you're asking. Those are drum processing. Yes, thanks, Jabari. Those are drum processing um, effects. So yeah, that's all those are. I'll take out one of these. Don't need them since now I'm using a sample. Play around with the sample, see what we get. I do want to put in my sub though. So let's go ahead and drop that. And for my sub, I think I want to go ahead and use Sub Lab. Yeah, definitely. It's a drum. It's like a drum processor, drum shaping. So yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. All right, we gotta turn that bass down some. Yeah. I think we can go with that. Our sub labs packed the thing. Yeah, yeah, yes, they are. They are. Gotta get them. All right, we getting somewhere. Getting somewhere. I like that. So now let's go ahead and colorize that so I know it's that, and then make it an actual wave. Yeah, I would suggest getting Sublab if you guys haven't, man, because Sublab's bass sounds is just crazy. They are crazy. All right, so now let's keep it moving. Add something interesting in there. I know I always like adding voxes. It's cool. It is what it is. Don't judge me. I think they just add character to, the songs. So, and as you can see, I have a whole slew of them. So you said what made me choose Cubase over Studio One? Like I was saying earlier, what's good, Birdman? Appreciate that question too, by the way. So one of the reasons why I picked Cubase was because of the user friendliness of it. It just made it more easier for me to pick as opposed to Studio One. For some odd reason, the computer I had was giving me funky issues with Studio One. Now, if I had a better computer at that time, I probably would have been a Studio One user. But Cubase's computer processing isn't that much. It doesn't put that much stress on the computer. And right now, you see I'm using Pro. So, I have a whole bunch of stuff, and it still gives me flawlessness and user friendliness without having to learn honestly too much. And I really just jumped into Cubase, was not shown anything. I didn't look at a YouTube thing. I just jumped in, started to learn it, and it was easier for me as opposed to Studio One. Go figure. But that was one of the reasons. Oh no, it wasn't Logic. I said I had used Logic, but I used Logic prior to when it was on Windows, and that was Logic 4.8. So if you guys do the history of Logic, you'll see that Logic, was on Windows a long time ago, and that's how I started using it. So when I used Logic and I saw Cubase, it kind of just gave me hand to hand, almost the same thing as Studio One, but again, like I was saying, I just jumped into Cubase and it was just easy for me. Now I want to add something, let's see, add some strings maybe? Strings? Maybe, let's see. Now this is where I can use my MK3 and then we just pick some sounds out. Let's see. Oh, I got it on mute so I can't hear it. I think I like that. And the cool thing is the same way you see it on here, it shows just like that on the MK3. So streaming wise, how much GPU and memory you use so you can stream and still have low latency? It's a good question. So there are settings, right? So I'm using OBS, and I did go and get some proper settings from some other YouTubers that I've seen that actually do live streams when it comes to doing music and stuff like that. There are certain settings you got to play with. There is no guarantee, let me say, as far as their settings versus your settings and what you would specifically need when it comes to setting up for live stream. Now, I have a computer that's an i7. I have like 28 gigabytes of RAM. I've added all this stuff in it. I've also customized this computer where I have 5 hard drives, right? So I have 2 externals and 3 internal hard drives so that everything is not on my hard drives. So like I make sure that, I'm constantly monitoring it, right? And the low latency for my audio card, I'm actually using Complete Audio 6. So that's Native Instruments version of the audio card, right? I used to have PreSonus, and then before that I had M Audio, and the M Audio was a PCI internal card, and to me that's always going to be better. It gives you the better sound, but because it's internal, as opposed to coming through and using USB 3. And USB 3, of course, is the best option now to how things go, but PCI slot is always going to be better for me. It's always going to be better. I don't know. I thought I liked that sound at first, but now I don't. Let me see. Are you looking to upgrade? Got you, man. If you do upgrade, it all depends on, I would say, honestly, for everything that's coming out in today's society when it comes to this music stuff, I would suggest to go ahead and just make your own computer. Now, if you're not familiarized with doing that, there's some stuff that you can go to like Micro Center, or I wouldn't suggest Best Buy, but Micro Center is definitely a place if you have that in your area where you can go and get and just customize your own computer. That way you have more than enough, and then you wouldn't have no problems, because a lot of this stuff out now is requiring a lot of the upgrade stuff. So I'm gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna keep it simple. And just have that one note go across. Let's see. And then usually what I do to save computer processing time while I'm streaming, I usually go ahead and render out, you know, the actual sound that I'm doing. So it helps. It definitely helps it out. And also making sure that I save. That's another thing. But of course, Cubase does it to where if it closes up or something happens, you know, it'll save a pre-installed, I guess you can call project file for it, and then you know, you should be okay. But then you just got to make sure that as it's saving, it saves like your most recent, because there's been times where it didn't save my most recent, then I had to try to remember, you know, the way I played it and all that stuff, and it was a headache. So we got something going, so let's go ahead build on that. Alright, so now we're going to add some more sounds to it. So let's go. Let's see. This is kind of hard, so I was thinking of vocal chops, but no, we're going to add some bells to it. One of my favorite is the mallet flux, and I use it every so often, but in this case, appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. As we just building. We're just building. I'm just getting the idea now based off how I'm getting it across. Not bad, not bad. Now, I do want to add an echo to the bells, so let's go delay, ping pong. Since I got that, we can render that out. Appreciate that project. Appreciate that, man. you know, just playing around. That's what I said earlier. Alright, so now I want to get rid of the contact, and then I want to switch up and put in a synth. I thought about a guitar. So let me see. I'm actually use something from UJam. UJam Sparkle was kind of cool. If you guys get check out that video I did on it, I did it, you know, a while back, and it has some pretty dope stuff. It really does. And cool thing is that it actually sounds like an actual guitar. Now, I know everybody's going to say something because they're like, wait, I thought you was native instrument bound. Listen, sound is sound, and they had, you know, a good sound to this one. So, and not only that, it gave me a little bit more ways to play chords, you know, so it's chord based, as opposed to going to native instruments, and then you can do a chord base, but it's just already, the UI has the chord base on it, so I just found it to be easier for me, so. Oh, yes, UJam does have sleepers, Jabari. It definitely has sleepers, and a lot of people don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? They do have sleepers. I totally agree with that. I want to turn the guitar down. So let's do that. And let's name it. So I actually know. There we go. There we go. Now I'm just adding and making it more layered bass. You know what I mean? So now it adds that thickness to the actual sound as it's building. And then when I go to arrange it, you know, I could change and do all types of stuff. Can you load MIDI files for the UJam players like other VTS methods? So I'm not sure. I actually haven't. I think you can. The drag and drop, if that's what you're asking. Or as far as loading in MIDI files to UJam, no. If you loading into it, no, specifically you can't. But as far as if you're playing from something and you want to extract it and then use it for another instrument, yes. You do have to, you know, work with it a little bit, but it's not as intuitive as, say, like, you know, how Native Instruments got theirs, and then how you got the play box and then you want to just drag and drop that MIDI. Don't quote me on it. I haven't seen that, but I haven't specifically tried it with UJam. I've only done it with Native Instruments, so. I did play with Silk for a little bit. Silk was nice. It was pretty cool. For some odd reason, I just like Sparkle better. I don't know why. I like Sparkle better. But Silk was actually cool as far as realistic guitar sound from U-Jam. So yeah, you're right. As you can see, I hardly use a lot of plugins. And I know that that's the actual talk right now. Like, if you don't have to use too much or too many plugins, why are you putting all these different effects and stuff on your sound when you don't need to? And that's one of the debates that has been for me. If you don't necessarily need it, then you don't necessarily need to actually do it. So, you know, I've had it to where I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff on across. And not only that, when you have too many effects, like, you got to make sure you have the computer that can actually handle that. Now, mine's, it can, but if I don't need it necessarily for that sound, then it makes no sense to add on that actual, you know, effect for me. And that's just one of the things I've been learning, is to mix effectively as opposed to just mixing because I have the plugin, right? So that's one of the things I've learned. If you don't necessarily need it, then don't put it up there, because it's going to definitely, you know, slow down your computer. And then if you don't have a fast computer, then boom, there you go. Yeah, I do like to build textures though, and I do have sound effects that focus on those type of sounds. And I actually went over some of them on my channel. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. Like Randomize is one of them. But yeah, I do the same thing too, Project, where, you know, I'll take transients and things like that, and then mix it, you know, and just do stuff different with different type of shapes and sounds, and see how I can get something different from, you know, like, say for instance how I played with this. What I'm trying to do now is see where I'm at with my overall mix and whether I like it or not. So for the hi-hats, I want to put Pancake on. Pancake is a favorite of mine. Then I want that to be rhythmic when it comes to actual sounds for this hi-hats. Yes, less is more. That's what I've learned too. Less is definitely more when it comes to mixes. And I just had somebody talking about, it was online, it was on YouTube, and they was talking about how, you know, less is more when it comes to mixes. And that's one thing I have learned from all my studies and stuff, that, yeah, the sound comes based off of hearing how good it is off the break without adding any effects to it. If it needs it, then sure. If it doesn't, then now it's just a matter of level, right? So that's my personal take on mixing. So now we're getting into actual arrangements. So let's see. I took out the string, took out that, the bells, and now we're going to build. I'm just curious to hear how it sounds with it transposed. So let's see. Nope, stick with that one. Alright, so let's duplicate this. And this is a little trick I like to do, is to filter the sound from the chorus to the verse. Alright, spelled it wrong, but you get the point. Alright. And now we're going to filter the sound. So now, go ahead and add this filter here. Still debating on which one I want. Might just do a wah-wah. See what I'm saying? So that's one cool thing I like to do. And we'll keep that, save the project. All right, so now since I have that, there's another thing I like to do too. It's a stuttering effect. And the way you do that in Cubase, it's two different ways. So they have loop mash, but loop mash I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the stutter edit. Any tips from referencing and how much attention do you put towards mono compatibility? So Jabari, for me, when it comes to mono comparisons for referencing, and you gotta test your sound. So the way that I used to test my sound, I used to mix it, right? And this is before I learned how to mix real good in Cubase. Like, I would mix it, back in the day you would burn it to a CD, play it in the car, play it on the phone, you know, play it on a stereo system, you know, and make sure all your stuff is flat, and then do the comparison and contrast and see what areas need to be worked on. As far as, you know, mono compatibility, for me, I don't use it as much. So all my sound is just be, you know, I'll mix like this because this is how I do it now. Now, as far as when it comes to vocals, you know, I record all my vocals, my vocals in mono, and then just add stacks, and then I'll just move them around in the audio space. But as far as referencing to hear it, it all depends on what type of speakers you have too. So I don't use multiple speakers. Been doing it so long. It's not, I wouldn't advise it, but I'm just used to doing it. So definitely get speakers where you can use that referencing, but I don't do it as much. I really don't. What type of speakers do you have which you're using for mono referencing? Oh yeah. So now, let's see. I added that, and now we gotta add this onto the end. So now I gotta shift all this down. Yep. And right. And we got that. There's no problems in terms of no, and see, that's what I'm saying, because of how when I'm producing, I don't produce in that to really even be focused on it, because a lot of times the production already lets you know project he on it. Yeah, the production already lets you know once you're doing it, and you know, based off how you're doing it, whether or not you need to focus on that or not. So So basically the way Stutter Edit works, you just push a key and MIDI, and then you just play around with it, and then it comes up with all these different type of tones, different type of ways that you can change the sound. So Isotope has really killed the game with this one. I don't see a lot of people use it as much, but I definitely use this, or I use Loop Mash, which is inside of Cubase, which is also dope. think I found one I like. All right, let's go. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. J Rocky, right. I like that one. I'm feeling that one. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Let's get it. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that right there. All right, so now I got to figure out if I want to put the strings back in for the second part of the verse. So I might add something else to that second part. Instead of doing it, you know, straight across, then we'll do it just, let me see. I'm gonna figure something out real quick with that because I don't want it, you know, going. I'm gonna play it straight across. And for that, actually, you know what? Do I want to be different? See, I was debating if I wanted to be different or not. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. We will see. I'm debating. This. The one I'm bringing up now, the BBC Orchestra. This is a good free one. A lot of people talk about it. I actually talked about it in a couple of my free VST videos that I do. I know I haven't done one in a while, but yeah, they actually have some nice ones up here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So now we're just gonna focus on that second half of the verse. I'm gonna have it just go straight across. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see, string. And then I'm gonna add some more stuff to it too. So let's see. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, my son in here mocking me, by the way, y'all. He see me on live. He in here. He just came in. He see me bobbing my head in here making jokes. He ain't heard it yet. It's bomb. This is a nice one. I actually like this one. So now we're going to stack the layer of this. We'll change this to strings 2. And then we'll just empty that one. Yes, sir. That is it. Let's go. Sacred. What's going on, family? Where you been, bro? Where have you been, bro? Yeah, we in here vibing, man. Yep. Let's see. Something happened. I hear something. Hold on. May have to reload split file. Yes, I'm telling you. Hey, listen. A lot of people don't know, man. That thing was free. I hopped on it. Now, you do got to take that little, I guess, that month time to, wait for it to come through. But it's worth the wait. It's definitely worth the wait. Since it's repeating, I'm going to go ahead and make it easier for myself. And let's do this. Copy control of that. And boom. And then I'm going to add another part. Hey, that joint, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna add some more stuffs for transition. But let's see how we do it. I'm gonna call this one 332. That's what we're gonna do. That's it. That's it. So it gives me that what's the SP404. When I think of the stutter edit, that's why I use it, because I don't have an SP404, but stutter edit gives me that feel, right? Now I do need to add a couple more things. I know it's like, yeah, what more would you add? We already have 17 tracks, right? I know. Don't beat me up, man. Don't beat me up. That's just something I like to do. Because I'm always thinking about transition, and yes, Project mentioned transition. Clean that's my motto. Clean transitions can carry a song. Like it'll take it to the next level for you, and you just gotta make sure that the transitions is super clean. Let's see. I don't know. I was thinking about this. All right, so we're gonna add that in. Let's add this in. Actually, let's call this brass hits plain. So that last note I gotta take out. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, that one came out kind of dope. Might have to, finish this one out, add an intro to it, do some other transitions to the next part of the verse. Do 2 verses, boom, boom, call it a day. But yeah, thanks so much for everybody that came through, man. I appreciate you, Jabari. Appreciate you, J Rock. Appreciate you, Project. Appreciate you, Sacred. I guess it's Knee Hedge. Appreciate you, produced by Knee Hedge. Everybody that came through, man, just to rock out with your boy real quick. Hopefully this inspired y'all, man. Got you guys wanting to be creative. Of course, you already know the spiel. Every time we come through, we want to make sure that we are inspiring and motivating you guys to be creative. So to all my Cubase users out there, hopefully this helps out as far as just, seeing the actual workflow of everything, how to make things go. Hopefully these little, small little live beat sessions with Cubase are helping you guys out. But greatly appreciate everybody. Thank you so much also for coming through and just, giving me condolences to the family. We greatly appreciate it and your support. But another one done, another one in the books. You guys already know who it is. It's your boy Thesis. Peace.